So after attorney review, one of the first things you need to do is make a deposit. A deposit may also be known as a good faith deposit or an earnest money deposit. It's just a deposit. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what it is, when to send it, and how to send it. So stay tuned. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to my series on how to buy a house in the beautiful state of New Jersey. I am Carlos Sanchez. I'm a real estate attorney. I have been one for about 25 or so years, and I've helped thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people buy and sell real estate in New Jersey. So today we're talking about deposits. Let's get into it. What is it? A deposit really serves two functions. The first function is it provides for something called consideration. Don't worry about what consideration is, just understand that it's a necessary component of a contract. The second function that it serves is a little more psychological. It provides a seller with an understanding that the buyer they have is putting some of their money at risk in case the buyer breaches. That's why it's called good faith, a good faith deposit. To put the deposit into context, let's take a look at the contract. By the way, the contract is made up of the offer document that you signed when you made your offer, and which the seller accepted, and the attorney review correspondence. Together, that is your contract. And you should have gotten a copy of everything. Here is a pro tip. Read everything. I know you don't want to, but read everything. The terms and conditions in your contract and attorney review apply to you, and you are responsible for everything that's in there. If you're lacking in motivation to actually read it, what I like to do is to tell my clients to think about something that is of equivalent value to the house you're about to buy. So for example, let's say you're buying a Lamborghini or a plane. Think about how much detail you would want to know before you bought one of those two things. A house is no different. It costs just as much and it's just as complex. So please read everything. So if you're looking at the original contract document that you signed, the deposit lives right under the purchase price. See right here. Now, if you've already given an initial deposit to your agent, that counts towards your deposit and it will be added to the second deposit line here. Together, that will make up your total good faith deposit or earnest money deposit. A common question I get is whether the deposit counts towards the down payment, and the answer is absolutely yes. So if you add up the deposit amounts plus the amount that you will actually bring to the closing to finish paying for the house, that's your down payment. So let's run through a scenario. So if the purchase price is $300,000 and the deposits add up to $15,000. Assuming you are borrowing 80% loan to value, then the loan amount will be $240,000, which means that at the time of the closing, you will need to bring $45,000 to the closing table to finish paying for the house. Again, you're being credited already for your deposits in this analysis, and you're being credited for the loan amount. $45,000 plus the $15,000 adds up to $60,000. The $60,000 is your down payment. When the deposit is due and who holds the deposit is usually negotiated during attorney review. However, if you go strictly by the terms of the offer document that you signed, it lives in paragraph 3. In my case, what I try to do when I represent a buyer is first I want to give my buyers 10 days from the end of attorney review to give their deposit. And I like my settlement agent, also known as my title company, to hold the deposit. I have more control over them, and usually my clients feel better when somebody I have control over is holding the deposit. Although it's common for the seller's attorney to want to hold onto the deposit, when I represent sellers, that's what I insist on. That gives my sellers more of a comfort level. When and how to make the deposit in my office is controlled by way of an email that my clients receive right after attorney review. outlining all of the steps: who to make the check payable to, where to send it, what to put in the memo, and how to send it. Here's a pro tip. Although you can use certified funds to make your deposit, it is not required unless it's specifically negotiated during attorney review. A personal check is just fine. I don't recommend that you use money orders or cash for deposits. I don't take cash, and money orders are not easily sourced. On your check, make sure in the memo you have your last name as well as the property address and the word deposit in that memo section. That'll make it much easier to discern that check from something else. Also, in our office and as part of my instructions to my clients, I have them take a picture of the front and the back of that deposit check. This will become important because your lender will probably ask you for a copy of the front and the back, and you may not have it. So save yourself some time. After you make your deposit check, take a picture of the front and the back and keep that for yourself. In my case, I have my clients email a copy of the front and the back of the check so that I actually have a record of it in case I can answer that question on your behalf to your lender. Just to be clear, that check will be cashed. It will be deposited either into an attorney trust account or into an escrow account, and those funds will sit there until they need to be used at the closing to help pay for the purchase of your house. I like people to use Federal Express or UPS or some way to actually track the delivery of that check because it's a contract requirement, meaning there's a deadline to when it is actually due. And in my world, I have to be able to prove that we actually complied with the terms and conditions of the contract. There's no better way to do that than to plug in a FedEx tracking number and show somebody that they signed for it. That's all for today. If you have any questions about this or any other aspect of the home buying process, please feel free to either call us or email us. If you got any value out of this video at all, please hit the like button so that this can be shared with other people. If you're a new home buyer, I suggest you subscribe to this channel and my series because there's a bunch of videos there that will be able to walk you through the entire process. If you think I missed anything, please comment below and let me know. I'll see you soon. Money, 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 money. Money. Anyway,